My friend group started unraveling the moment I accused Connor Morrison of hiding something. I showed them Roxy's bloody hoodie, found in his garbage. They called me paranoid. Campus security gave me a warning. Connor wept on Instagram, hosting grief groups. That was 8 weeks ago. Today, I sit suspended. Record tainted. Connor, he's a keynote speaker for a youth mental health conference. Subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Before Roxy vanished, we were a tight group: karaoke nights, midnight fries, dumb TikToks. Connor was the clown, always deflecting with jokes. But I remember one night, he snapped when Roxy laughed too long with someone else. She brushed it off. Connor's just overprotective. But I saw her eyes. There was fear. I ignored it. Nicole said I was being dramatic. We all did, because believing the truth meant questioning everything. 2 weeks before Roxy disappeared, she skipped our study group. Connor said she was sick, but I got a snap: Roxy crying in the girls' bathroom. She deleted it minutes later. I asked her about it. She ghosted me for 2 days, then apologized, blaming final stress. Connor dropped off notes for her the next morning. Back then, I thought it was sweet. Now I wonder what he was really delivering. After Roxy vanished, I visited Connor's place. He said I needed closure. Handed me a photo album of group memories, but in the trash outside, I found a hoodie with Roxy's name tag stained unmistakable. I froze. Nicole called me obsessed. Jade suggested grief counseling. Richard told me to stop spreading rumors. I reported the find. Campus police said it was circumstantial. Connor smiled at me in the quad. The next day, I started a timeline, printing every message, every tagged photo of Connor and Roxy. I brought it to Nicole. She barely looked. "You're spiraling," she said. Then Connor posted a tribute video. Crying on camera. The comment section lit up: support, sympathy. Jade asked if I was jealous. Richard sent me a text: "Get help." I felt my grip slipping. Roxy's sister Victoria messaged once, then never replied again. I felt utterly alone. Connor claimed he was starting a nonprofit in Roxy's name. I tried to warn donors, showing them screenshots, timestamps, inconsistencies. One of them blocked me. Another forwarded my messages to Connor. He posted about online harassment, tagging me subtly. I got a warning from Muse Student Affairs. Nicole said I was bullying. Jade stopped responding. I started missing classes. I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating, but I knew I was right. When I found an email from Connor to a real estate agent inquiring about a storage unit days after Roxy vanished, I printed it. I confronted him outside the library. He laughed. "Do you need help, Sarah?" Nicole watched from across the courtyard and turned away. Jade called security. I was written up for public disturbance. My roommate stopped speaking to me. Connor posted a vague prayer quote that night. It got 900 likes. I followed Connor one night. He drove to an industrial lot, same address from the email. He opened a unit, stayed 20 minutes, left with a duffel. I filmed it all. When I showed new admin, they questioned me why I was stalking him. Connor claimed I threatened him. I was suspended pending review. Victoria finally replied, "You were right, but I can't help. My parents won't let me." My hands shook nonstop. Campus security visited my dorm. They found printouts, emails, photos, timelines spread across my walls. Looks obsessive. One said, I tried to explain, they didn't care. I was escorted off campus. Connor released a video: forgiveness in the face of hate. My parents stopped answering my calls. Nicole blocked me. Jade left a voicemail: "Please stop, Sarah." I sat in my car for 3 hours, staring at the storage footage. Was I crazy? The unit was empty when police searched it. Clean, bleached, no evidence, they said. I screamed in the lobby. One officer muttered mental health resources under his breath. Connor posted a poem about closure. I knew it was revoked. My mailbox was cleared out. A letter from Victoria sat on top 3 pages of Roxy's journal. "He lied," she wrote. "He scared her." My tears blurred the ink. I didn't feel vindicated. The journal entries were frantic. Roxy feared Connor wanted out. She planned to transfer schools. Blocked his number. She felt watched. I shared pages with local reporters. Only one replied, asking for proof. Roxy wrote it. I sent voice memos, photos, no response. Meanwhile, Connor posted a selfie from the coast, captioned, "Healing Jade, unfold out him." Nicole didn't. I slept on a friend's couch, clutching Roxy's journal like a lifeline. No one called. One night, Victoria called crying. "He messaged me," she said. "He knows about the journal." We met in a diner parking lot. I handed her backup copies, warned her to be careful. We hugged tight, terrified. A week later, she was transferred to a boarding school in Oregon. Her account vanished. Her mother emailed, "Cease contact." I never replied, but I knew then I wasn't paranoid. I was the only one still fighting. A burner account messaged me, "You're not crazy." I saw what he did. Attached was a blurry photo: Connor yelling at Roxy in a stairwell weeks before she vanished. I cross-referenced the timestamp with class schedules. It lined up. I reached out to the sender. No reply, but it gave me fuel. I posted anonymously on Reddit, detailing the case. It got traction. Connor deactivated for 2 days. I wasn't alone anymore. An anonymous new professor reached out, said my post reminded him of past complaints against Connor. All bury. He shared internal memos, redacted emails. One line stuck: Connor Morrison is protected by donor ties. I uploaded them. The subreddit exploded. Articles followed. A new claimed ongoing investigation. Connor posted a denial, but his grief foundation lost sponsors. I received a subpoena for digital harassment, but so did Connor for defamation. The scales began to shift. Nicole emailed me, "I'm sorry, I didn't know." She attached a voice memo: Connor screaming at someone, threatening, "You destroy this, or I destroy you." She didn't say how she got it. I posted it anonymously. It spread like wildfire. New announced an internal audit. Connor's foundation suspended operations. Nicole never wrote again. Jade messaged, "I believe you now." I didn't respond. Roxy's face was on missing person podcasts again. Her name lived. Connor's face hit the news. Former new advocate accused in disappearance. He fled online. His accounts vanished. I got emails from other students, stories of intimidation, gaslighting, threats. Some had screenshots, some had scars. Together, we built a case file. A retired detective from Queens offered help. We sent everything to the Seattle PD. Victoria called from a friend's phone. They're finally listening. For the first time in months, I felt something like hope. News broke: Seattle PD executed a warrant on a storage unit linked to Connor. Traces of blood were found. Roxy's. The journal helped confirm it. Connor was arrested at a yoga retreat. I watched the footage alone, laptop glowing, my suspension lifted quietly, no apology. But my record was cleared. Victoria's parents thanked me in writing. I started sleeping again, sometimes through the night. Roxy's hoodie still hangs in my closet. Folded gently at the hearing, Connor pled not guilty. The prosecutor read excerpts from Roxy's journal. The room was silent. I sat behind Victoria. She didn't cry, just stared. Nicole testified, voice shaking. So did the professor. Connor's lawyer smeared us. Called it a vendetta. The judge warned him twice. Outside, reporters asked me for statements. I said one word, justice. That night, I lit a candle for Roxy. She deserved better. But she was heard. Connor was denied bail. The DA announced plans to pursue additional charges: obstruction, coercion. More victims stepped forward. New issued a formal apology. The Grief Foundation was permanently shut down. I returned to campus in the fall. People whispered, some stared, but no one challenged me. I joined a support group for whistleblowers. We met every Thursday. There, I met Maya, journalism major. She said she wanted to help me tell Roxy's story. Maya and I dug deeper. We found out Connor wasn't just a manipulator. He'd doctored documents, used burner phones. We pitched the story to a podcast they accepted. Roxy's Truth aired in October. It charted top 10. Victims called in. Survivors found each other. I didn't speak on air. I wasn't ready, but I listened every word. Victoria called after episode 3. You made her real again, she said. I cried. Quiet, deep sobs I hadn't released before. Roxy's old music teacher emailed me. She wrote songs about fear, he said. He sent lyrics, lines about shadows, control, masks. Maya and I included them in the podcast finale. We played one melody she'd recorded. It broke me. Her voice was strong, trembling at the edges. Listeners flooded the subreddit. We hear you, Roxy. The school organized a vigil. Hundreds showed up. I held a candle. Victoria stood beside me, silent but steady. And you, Alum, donated $50,000 to establish a scholarship in Roxy's name without Connor's involvement. The announcement came at the vigil. Maya read Roxy's lyrics aloud. I watched strangers cry. Nicole stood at the edge of the crowd, clutching a candle. We didn't speak, but she nodded once. That was enough. I didn't forgive her. Not yet. But I no longer hated her either. Grief twisted people. I knew that now. Victoria emailed me an old photo. Roxy, grinning, holding a paper crown. She wore that all week. Victoria wrote, we made it the cover art for the podcast. It went viral. People posted their own stories. Grief survival. Silencing. We created a digital archive. Roxy's memories, case files, testimonials. New offered me counseling, a pre-statement. I declined. What mattered now was preservation, not reputation. Roxy wasn't a symbol, she was a person. And she mattered. Months later, Connor took a plea deal: manslaughter, obstruction, 5 counts of witness intimidation. He'd served 20 years, no parole for 15. The news didn't bring joy, just breath relief. At sentencing, the judge quoted Roxy's lyrics, no one owns the sky I sing under. The courtroom fell silent. Victoria squeezed my hand. Reporters swarmed. I slipped out the side door. Maya met me outside. You did, she said. We did, I corrected. After sentencing, I went back to Roxy's favorite park. The old oak was still there. I carved her initials into the bark. Tiny. Quiet. I left a copy of her journal in a waterproof bag under the bench. Maya filmed it for a mini doc. Some truths need roots, I said. The footage ended the final episode. Thousands commented. Some sent flowers to the bench. Others visited. It became a place of remembering and resisting. Jade emailed me a month later. She'd started volunteering with a survivor advocacy group. I was wrong, she wrote, but I want to do better. I didn't reply, but I donated. Maya and I held a panel at New Truth after trauma. Students packed the room. One girl asked, how do you keep going? I said, you don't always, but when you do, it's because someone else couldn't. Silence followed. Then, a standing ovation. We launched a nonprofit, Roxy's Voice. Legal aid, storytelling workshops, advocacy training. Survivors came. Some broken, some furious already. Maya became director. I handled outreach. Nicole sent a donation. Victoria joined as youth liaison. At our first conference, a girl read a poem. I kept quiet until her voice woke mine. We cried together. Roxy's name echoed in each speaker's story. The pain didn't fade, but it formed something new, something louder. 1 year later, we installed a plaque under Roxy's oak. She lived, she mattered, she is not forgotten. People gathered. We shared stories, lit candles, sang her favorite song. I stood beside Victoria. Maya, even Jade and new staff attended. No speeches, just silence, then applause. As the sun set, I whispered, you're safe now. It wasn't closure. Nothing ever is, but it was something solid. Roxy's story had been heard, and it wouldn't end here. Some nights, I still dream of that hoodie, crumpled, stained, but I wake to purpose, not panic. Roxy's journal sits on my desk, bookmarked. I reread her words often. They won't silence me. I live by that now. Victoria calls weekly. Maya and I are planning the next podcast season, stories from other campuses. Every story we share makes the silence smaller. Every name remembered becomes a shield. Roxy's voice became ours, and we won't stop. I don't trust easily anymore, but I'm no longer afraid to speak. I host a workshop now, detecting manipulation in close circles. First session, a girl cried. No one believed me either, she said. I handed her Roxy's poem. She clutched it like armor. That's what we do now, arm others with truth. My fear didn't vanish, but it transformed into action, into fire, into a promise I renew every day. Roxy mattered. So will you. Connor's name faded from headlines. No memoir, no redemption arc, just prison bars and sealed case files, new launched reforms, new reporting policies. Maya and I were invited to consult. We walked the same halls that once ignored us. Roxy's oak became a memorial site. Visitors left bracelets, letters, songs. It was no longer a story of silence, but of survival. Connor tried to erase her. Instead, he made her unforgettable, and we made sure of it. At Roxy's Voice 2nd anniversary, Victoria read her sister's lyrics to a packed auditorium. They wanted quiet. I sang instead. Her voice trembled, then steadied. I watched from backstage, tears tracking down my face. This wasn't closure, it was legacy. Maya squeezed my hand. Survivors lined up after, sharing stories, hugging strangers. The auditorium buzzed not with grief, but with resolve. Roxy's name echoed like a bell. Clear, defiant, eternal. We lit candles, we lit the future. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe to check out more stories on my channel.